Hi, this is Miguel Murphy, your academic advisor, and I have the honor of being with Dean Georgette Perez. And Dean Georgette, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Absolutely. Thank you, Miguel. I'm Georgette Perez, and I'm the Dean of Students at MTC's North Campus.
Awesome. So, folks, we're close to IMMDC Day, September 6th. What can you encourage students to, how can they show their sharp pride on that day?
Well, there's several ways, Miguel, and actually today I'm wearing my MDC blue, so you might be seeing this MDC blue again next week. So this is September 6th, and the first very easy way is definitely show your MDC pride by showing, wearing MDC colors, whether it be blue, an MDC t-shirt, polo shirt, anything that sports your MDC pride in any way. It's going to be a wonderful day of festivities on all of the campuses. You may have already seen some of the banners and some of the promotion for leading up to this wonderful day that celebrates when we first opened our doors back in 1960. And so if those of you who are on social media, which I'm sure it's most of you, you can definitely share as well, post about the college, take a selfie, encourage others to do the same, say I am MDC, because we are. We're happy that you're here, we're happy that you're a part of our family, and definitely celebrate that on social media. So that's definitely another way. Wear blue. Share and promote IMMDC Day on your social media. And of course, if you're able, we'd love for you to contribute. Any amount is actually perfectly fine and very appreciated, very welcome. It could be, even $1. We're encouraging 1960 is $19.60
Cents,
is
yes.
actually the encouraged amount that we're targeting, but really no amount is too small. Even if you can spare $1, which is cheaper than a cup of coffee at some of our favorite coffee locations, that would be very wonderful because it does go right back to support students and support student scholarships, and it's the way that we can really continue to support our students. So definitely, we know your IMMDC year round, but definitely on September 6th, we want to show that pride. And of course, we want to show that North has a lot of MDC pride.
Awesome. So students can go to www.mdc.edu/IMMDC. So we're certainly looking forward to Shark Pride on that day. But we have a lot of students starting their college journey and some continuing their journey and returning for those who, maybe retooling or, taking a different route to build their skills. What advice would you give, particularly first-year students? I'll start with that population.
So, first year students are always my favorite. I love, this time of year is always a favorite time for me. I love the energy that the campus has as everybody is returning back to the new year. It is Happy New Year time.
Yes.
And one thing I always share, particularly for our new students, there's a new chapter. It's exciting. We want you to use that energy in a way that's going to continue throughout, not just, this first week of classes, but really throughout the entire term and, of course, the academic year. We want you to be successful. And I think one of the most key pieces of advice that I can share to new students is use the resources that are available to you. We have countless and numerous resources, starting with your senior academic advisor here, who is fantastic and phenomenal. And don't wait until you have an issue or a challenge where it's getting overwhelming. The minute you start to kind of get that feeling like, this is something I'm not sure of, or this is something I don't know, ask the question. And, you can start with Mr. Murphy here. My office is always available to assist and to help, but anybody, your faculty members, I know sometimes your peers, but really if there are folks that you can ask, to help you resolve something that you're not sure of, at the moment that you start doubting or questioning, that's the right time. Don't wait until it's become too overwhelming or too big of a problem for you to start getting assistance. If it's academic, if there's a class that maybe you're struggling a little bit with, maybe you thought you had the material down pat, but you get your first test result and it's not as good as you imagined, that's okay. Use that opportunity to maybe get the extra help you need. Talk to the faculty member. See what's available. Do you need some tutoring? We have wonderful academic resources all throughout the campus, various locations. So again, don't wait until you're failing something, but the minute you start to struggle, and that's not to say that you are going to fail or that you are going to struggle, but we do see students that have hurdles and that have a little bit of challenges, and that's okay. That's part of getting to know this new place, getting to know your new professors, your new classes, but definitely use the resources that are available.
Absolutely.
That is so key.
speaking of resources and engagement, what is your advice in terms of clubs and organizations to, I know there's a lot of benefit as a club advisor.
Definitely.
And, but what would you share with students who are hesitant about, just, taking that co-curricular step?
Absolutely. I definitely 100% encourage it. At least try one club or organization. And on September 12th, we're going to have our club rush. And that's a wonderful day for you to go out and go to Building 4. All of the clubs and organizations are going to be tabling. They're going to have their information about how to get involved. We have so many different interests from, community service to leadership to engagement to, if you just like math, we have Honor Society. There's a lot of interest for students, and I am certain that you will find more than one that you're interested in, but maybe venture out to at least one, and find an opportunity. They do activities throughout the year. They do all sorts of fun things. They do community service. There's leadership opportunities. Sometimes there's scholarship opportunities that are tied to that. And it really gives you an opportunity to meet new people, get involved, get to know the campus, and definitely expand your wings a little bit and get engaged. And of course, I'm going to put a plug in. Students who are engaged and connect to the campus have a much greater chance of actually, staying in college and graduating. And that's what we want. Nobody comes to college thinking, I'm going here, but I'm not going to graduate, right? We all want to succeed. The goal is to get your degree, go out into either the next part of your academic journey or into the workforce. And that is one way to also have good experiences on your resume, good opportunities for leadership, good opportunities for engagement, for involvement, for service, whatever it might be. And I am certain, once again, I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to make that challenge, that I'm sure you will find at least one club or organization that's going to pique your interest.
And I advise the Caribbean Students Association and my good friend and colleague Joshua, Minorities of the Future. And a lot of our colleagues, are also involved in the mentor aspect of, clubs and organizations. So I know that there will be one or two groups. But,
or 3 or 4. But
or
we don't want you to
4,
get too involved, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes, because you do have to balance the academics with the involvement, and sometimes, one can sort of overpower the other.
Correct.
But that's where you get the advice of, which group may be best suited for you. But September 12th, while we're on that date, it's also first-year convocation where we're welcoming students
later
and their
that evening.
families. Yes,
So it's another fun day at MDC
fun
North
day. It's
Campus.
also STEM Advising Day.
Yes, it
so
is.
you make sure you September 12th, you put it on your agenda. STEM Advisement Day goes from 9 to 4 p.m. So my biology pathways, my computer engineers, for example, mathematics, we have very few of you, but you can go over to A322 and start building those connections. But let's sort of 5 p.m. because at noon we have Club Rush, and at 5 p.m. we have our first year convocation. Students often ask, do I need to go? And I'm like, it's a great opportunity to connect more. What would you advise?
In terms of our face
attendance, yes.
Absolutely, yes. That's another wonderful opportunity. And it's not just for you, it's also for your families. It's another wonderful opportunity to definitely get engaged with the campus, see what's it about. By then, you would have been on campus for about 3 weeks or so. So you have a much better sense. You know where everything is. You are really kind of getting your bearings, and you're into your groove with all your classes. Perhaps you've already had your first test or your quiz, and so you kind of have a sense. This is a great way to connect, see some of the additional resources, meet some of the additional wonderful people that work on the campus that are here to support you and to cheer you on, and just really engage with the campus, with the staff, with the administration. And again, it's open to you and to all of your family and guests. It's a wonderful opportunity to come together, really feel as part of the campus. It's an official welcome for all freshmen, and I highly, highly, definitely encourage you to be here.
Absolutely.
It's a great event.
And I'll be there. And I hope
so will
that all of you in my advising family, that you attend. So when we say, Mr. Murphy, student, we're like, hurrah, and my colleagues as well. But we hope to have a wonderful evening and hope to get you more connected to our campus family. And it's truly a family on campus. But we do have to wrap up our conversation. But is there one tip that you would like to share with students, that from a proactive standpoint, that you see, as our Dean of Students, that students maybe get into an issue that's complex that they can avoid? whereas they could have tapped into
Just
a
one tip.
specific one or two.
I think really just being proactive, I think is so important. And really, like I said earlier, just trying to take advantage of what's around you. Those resources that are there, use them. You know, college is at a time, and perhaps if you're a little shy about asking for help or don't, or maybe feel that you could do it on your own, you might be able to. But we purposely put those resources there for a reason. Take advantage of them. Even if you're not struggling or you feel like you don't need help, how do I get more involved? How do I do something fun? What's the best way or best time to hang out by the lake? Even just to start to engage, because the more engaged and the more connected you are to the campus, the more you're going to succeed here in whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish at this time by starting here. So always the other thing, of course, I have to say, register early, right? You're going to
Absolutely.
support that with your
And
advisor. We start spring registration on September 10th. I know it
absolutely.
feels like we just started the fall semester, but you definitely want to get your classes as soon as possible. And it doesn't matter if you change your mind a little bit later, but register, choose the classes that you want. That way, those of you who got the 7 a.m. class that you're not too excited about at this time when you thought it was a good idea, but maybe you're thinking not so much, now's a good time to choose maybe a little bit later, maybe a 9 o'clock class. It's up to you. Those
Absolutely.
of you who are early birds, you want to make sure you get that 7 a.m. class, right? But that way you get first dibs at getting the ideal schedule that fits your other schedule, right? With whatever that may be, whether it's study time, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, whatever other things are also important in your life, so that you can balance that. But definitely register early and just be proactive. Don't wait until it's too late. Now, if it does get too late, that's okay too. We'll help you. But know when to get the help when you need it. That's
Absolutely.
definitely the best piece of advice I can give you.
Thank you. And are there any activities that are on the horizon that students can look out for beyond September?
Oh,
'Cause
absolutely.
we have 4 months,
If there
and
is one thing we do is we have a lot of engagement events, activities, and wonderful opportunities to really have some fun, whether it's cultural, whether it's academic, whether it's social. We have a ton of things. We always celebrate our theme months. So I know October is going to be Hispanic Heritage Month, followed not too long after in November with International
international
Month. In December, we get ready for the holidays.
children's
We
holiday.
have our wonderful children's holiday event, great opportunity to volunteer. It really is a great, fun day. But in between, we have so many different types of events that we have. We also have, from our events such as the Face Convocation that we talked about, we have inaugurations of new spaces. We have, if you don't know, we have a wonderful brand new Learning Commons area. So definitely want to see you there.
And then building two.
In Building 2 on the first floor, that's, where the library is, but it is now our Learning Commons. That's also part of where you can go and use computers. There's academic support, and just to study, hang out. And if you haven't already checked it out, definitely make sure you check it out.
Absolutely. One of my favorite spaces is the malls, the Hub 1164. A lot of technology spaces and whiteboards, and they're open till 8. So
Yes.
and the library's open till 9
And they
as well.
offer
So
amazing programs. It's another wonderful gem here that we have that provides support for you to study, to hang out, sort of in between classes. Kind of get a little reading in, get a little homework done. Checking on your email, whatever that may be, or just really collaborating with peers who might be able to solve that math problem that you've been
Absolutely.
having a little trouble getting to. So, a little bit of that as well.
absolutely. Well, thank you, Dean Perez. It's been an honor and pleasure having this conversation with you. I know all of our students are going to benefit from this early dialogue in the semester. I just want to say to all of our students, stay the course, be persistent. If there's a challenge that emerges, feel free to, come to advisement in room 1104. We have a wonderful team of advisors that can lend their time and expertise beyond just Miguel Murphy. He has a family as well.
Absolutely.
All right.
And my office is also available as well in all of student services and academic affairs. And we are a true family here at the North Campus. So
Absolutely. So the dean's office is room 1317, and that's where Dean Perez is located.
Building 1, third floor, if you're still learning the trick to the numbers, even though I know you all know it. But
Thanks to one of our peer mentors who actually shared a tip, and we usually run that at orientation.
Right.
But till next time, it's your academic advisor Miguel Murphy. You know how to find me, mmurphy3 at mdc.edu. And Dean Perez, do you want to share your information?
absolutely.
As well?
So my email is gperez2, that's GPEREZ 2@mdc.edu. My office is in room 1317, like I said earlier, building 1, 3rd floor, and that's the Dean of Students office. My team is also here to serve you.
Thank you. Have a beautiful semester.